Okay. Hallelujah. You guys are all good tonight? All right. Well, we're continuing the series on the book of Ecclesiastes and search for meaning. And this topic tonight, I think, goes along with what's going on with many of us who have been impacted by the loss of or Heaven's Game, David Coggins, and it's entitled In Light of Eternity. You know, I wonder how people who lose somebody close to them really handle life if they don't understand eternity, if they don't know eternity, if they don't have an eternal picture. Too close.
You might have a loose connection in the cord.
Okay. It seems pretty tight.
Cool.
Good?
At the moment.
Sounds good for now. We'll see. Hallelujah. So we're going to go right into the book of Ecclesiastes, and we're going to start with chapter 6, verse 10.
I hear a lot of noise in there.
And here we go.
It's because he switched it.
I like how this is, at least in the New Living Translation, or it's the New Living. It's entitled this part, The Future Determined and Unknown. The future determined and unknown means God knows the future. For us, it may be unknown. Everything has already been decided. It was known long ago what each person would be. So before we were even created, our life story was already put forward. God knew it all. God knew us before we were born. He knew He had His plan for us. Maybe I'm going to have to switch
Yeah,
mics.
you want to switch mics?
Should I?
Yeah.
I kind of like that. It gives it kind of a scratch. I might start, a little beatbox here. But just to avoid all that, change it up. Pull this out. Go to the side. All right. When you go live, there's no taking back. No starting over. It's all good. So let's continue. Let's go back and read the first verse there. It says, everything has already been decided. It was known long ago what each person would be. So there's no use arguing with God about your destiny. When I was young, I remember going from one plan to the next. One idea to the other of what I wanted to do with my life, who I was going to, what my job profession would be, what my major should be in college. It was a lot of confusion. Anybody else been there before? Got a few younger people in the house, so some of us forgot. But there was a time we were all very confused. There's many things we wanted to do. There's so many options. In a lot of countries of this world, you don't have many options. In America, you have a lot of options, a lot of choices, a lot of directions you can go. If we were raised in a communist country, we wouldn't have much choices. It's already pretty much decided. Some cultures basically decide what you're going to do. Probably going to just do what they did. You're going to keep in the family business. But here in America, we have a lot of choices. But the great thing is, what it says right here is, God knows our destiny. He gave us our destiny. Our destiny is in His hands. So if we're confused about our destiny, if we're uncertain about the decisions we make, who should we go to? We should go to the man upstairs. The man that's in our heart. The person within us. And it's not the man upstairs. Like we have to really try hard to figure out our destiny. We have to go to one prophecy conference after another prophecy conference, get one word, and maybe that's the one word that will really figure it out now. No, all we have to do is continue to develop our relationship with our Creator, who has our destiny in His hands. And there's a big reason why He doesn't reveal all of it to us. Because I don't think none of us can handle it. So we got to just trust that He will reveal to us what we need to know. Our big responsibility is mainly maintaining that relationship with Him. When we wake up each day, who do we seek? Who do we pursue? If we're all about ourselves and, going our own way, of course we're going to be confused. Because we didn't make ourselves. We didn't plan out our destiny. God did. God put us in this world. So, we just got to go back to Him. And sometimes, even when we get older, we might think, we missed it. I don't like my job. I don't like the direction I've gone. 40s, as I've talked a lot about, Book of Ecclesiastes is specifically written, I think, for those in their 40s. It's the time when people have a crisis sometimes. I'm not having a crisis. I'm enjoying my 40s. I love my life. I believe I'm in the perfect will of God. It's an awesome place to be. Not everybody's there, and sometimes we feel really disappointed. We have a lot of disappointments. We have a lot of choices that we think we really messed up our life. The awesome thing with God is God knew it all. And God still knows it all. And yet we're still here. So what does that mean? With God, there's hope. With God, He can turn things around. With God, He can make the best of our mess. He has us around for a reason. He saved us for a reason. That must mean He is able to use us. So, we're never beyond our prime. Never past due. It's never too late. With God, now is the time. That's all God says this day. Who will you serve? You serve me, everything's going to be okay. I'm going to get you right back on that right path. If you're on that wrong path, I'll get you back on that right path. Verse 11 says, the more words you speak, the less they mean. So what good are they? See, throughout Scripture, it talks about that it's not smart to say a lot of stuff. And going with the destiny, that's what you hear often with younger people, and I've been there before. We always want to talk about what we're going to do, who we're going to become, all our great plans and dreams, because we feel we're important if we are going to be doing something great. So therefore, we got to have these big pipe dreams all the time. Talk about these grand, great, awesome things that we think we're going to do. Sad thing is, what if we don't do it? Then our words won't seem too good. And we'll feel embarrassed. So the best thing is, keep our words much fewer, and speak what God says. Only say what God's revealed. Then we don't have to disappoint people. We don't have to take back our words. Anybody been there before, having to take back their words? Made promises, and they just didn't turn out? So the best thing we can do is say, Holy Spirit, keep control over my mouth, and let me just speak what only you reveal. I've done it way too many times, just saying all kinds of stuff. I'm like, why did I even say that? Again, a lot of it comes because we feel important, because we have some great plan. We always have to feel like we have to tell people what we're going to be doing. As if just walking with God is not enough. How about we just say that? What are you going to do? I'm going to just keep walking with God. I don't really know what's ahead, but I know what He's revealed today. And today He's told me to deepen my walk with Him. How about, is that good enough? I think that's good enough. I know. Look at some people in the Bible. Look at the life of Enoch. What did he do? Anybody remember what Enoch did? Anything else? He walked up. He walked with God, and then eventually he walked so close to God, he just went on up without even dying. That's it. There's nothing else. Now, some of the great men and women of God in the Bible, as it describes in Hebrews chapter 11, the great things they did by faith. But the main thing was, all of them, it says, they walked with God. And so that is what we need to do. Just simply walk with God. If we could just do that, guarantee it, we're going to be walking out our destiny. Because our destiny is in Him. Verse 12 says, in the few days of our meaningless lives, who knows how our days can best be spent? We try so hard to figure out how to spend our day. And I remember determining what my day would be, and I was at a point in my life where I write every detail down of what I want to do each day from, each hour. It's good to set goals, it's good to have structure, but we can take it way too far. And I remember being so upset every day when I didn't accomplish everything. And whoever got in the way of me not accomplishing what I set out to do, you better watch out. It was my wife. She was ruining my day, talking too much when I have to do this. God knows our life. We can't expect that every day is going to be what we think it's going to be. We can't just map out our life the way we want it. We got to, it's good to write down our goals, but let God be the one giving us those goals. And we got to also know that every day is different. We don't know how it's going to turn out. So we just got to simply walk with God. What did Jesus do? He got up early, he spent time with the Father revealed to him what he needed to know for that day, and then he just went about doing it. So our lives are like a shadow. Who can tell what will happen on this earth after we are gone? Both of those had question marks. Does that mean the answer is only one person can? God. So why do we try to figure it out on our own? Why do we try to work so hard to know the future that we can never know without Him? And if He's not going to reveal it, Pastor Steve was teaching this last Sunday on, sometimes people get so frustrated with not hearing from God that they'll even go to another source. What does the horoscope say today? I mean, just by the name of it, shouldn't we think twice before looking at it? How about the Chinese signs and all that? Or go to the psychics. Only God knows. And don't we trust that He knows what we need to know? So if He hasn't revealed much, there's probably a reason. And I always find that the reason is, especially sometimes there are people who don't have jobs for different seasons in their life. I always encourage them, if you're doing the best you can, you're looking, you're not just sitting around playing with your thumbs. You're looking, but it's still not happening. All I know is one thing you can do, this is what happened to me. When I first got saved, I had a part-time job, seasonal. So I was a waiter in a restaurant, and we lived in the middle of the woods, and there was a lot of action in the summer, and that's about it. So the great thing was, I took advantage of that. And I spent about 8 to 10 hours a day in the Word of God, praying, seeking the Lord. And I grew very quick. So I always encourage people, if God hasn't allowed you to have a job for whatever reason, I know it's frustrating, I know it's hard to pay the bills, all that kind of stuff, but the one thing you can do is spend time with God more than ever. Get more intimate with Him. And then, trust me, He will take care of things when you're ready. Let's go to chapter 7, verse 1. It says, a good reputation is more valuable than costly perfume. And I've used cologne often because, as you know, I like to wear very expensive cologne because I like that attracting my wife. When she's around me, she likes the smell. But a good, what does that mean about a good reputation? Well, a cheap perfume, what's the difference between a cheap cologne or cheap perfume and an expensive cologne or perfume? What's probably the big difference, do you think? Why is it so expensive? It's way too pricey, but ingredients, yeah, but usually cheap perfume or cologne don't last long. They don't have a lasting impression or effect. So what that scripture is saying is that a costly perfume has a lasting effect. It's rememberable. And that's how a reputation is important, to have a good reputation. And if you walk with God, it's automatic. We have a good reputation. People who are in and out are not consistent, of course there's not going to be a good reputation. If you're just, if I'm just good at preaching, but you see me outside of the pulpit and I'm a different person, no good reputation. Really the qualifications to be an elder is a good reputation in the community. People out there have to see you in a good light. They might not be Christians, they may not believe, but they respect you just because of your reputation, because of integrity. It says, and the day you die is better than the day you were born. Whoa. That's encouraging. It's going to keep. And I believe what that's saying there is, because it goes right with the good reputation, is because somebody's life, when they have a good reputation, they are missed because very few people do. And when they're gone, their life touches even more people. Many people live and die and they're forgotten. If you have a good reputation, you're remembered. Your words begin to have more impact. Anybody have people like that in their life that you respected them, but when they were gone, it's like their words even meant more to you, impacted you more. So I think
There it says in verse 2, better to spend your time at funerals than at parties.
I don't know about you. Anybody like to go to funerals? That like something you can go to funerals that you don't even know the person who died. You just go just to enjoy yourself. Anybody? I know I've always been very anti-funeral, and that's why I kind of wonder why my pastor. Because I'm not really into funerals. Really, it never was. As a young person, I hardly ever had to go to funerals. I didn't have any family. Nobody died, and I knew, so I didn't have to go. But now as a pastor, it's part of the gig. But here it says, better to spend your time at funerals than at parties. I don't know, I thought I liked parties better than funerals. After all, everyone dies, so the living should take this to heart. What I think it's saying here is that what happens at a funeral? Usually a message is given, and it causes you to think about what? The person, but the bigger picture. Getting ready? Eternity. You think about eternity. You think about what life is when you die. And that causes you to think, how am I living my life now? Am I prepared to die? Am I making the most of my life? You begin to realize how precious life is, especially when you see somebody like David, who died just 32 years old. We don't know how long we're going to live. The Bible does promise if we honor our parents, we'll have a long life. I want to stand on that promise. But there's people that die young. So when you're at a funeral, when you go to funerals, you remember, oh yeah, I can't just take life for granted. I can't just live like I'm going to live forever. I got to make the most of my life. I got to make sure that when I die, I've done everything I can. Everything I was called to do in this life. You know, the book of Ecclesiastes talks a lot about the importance of living each day, making the most of each day, living it by moment by moment. But there's people in the world that live life that way. They live by the moment. They take whatever comes at them. I once used to have that kind of perception of life. You just take life as it comes. Anybody else? That doesn't always turn out good. Because if you take life as it comes and life doesn't come too good, then you just got to settle with life not being good. Difference is with us who know God, we don't just take life as it comes, we take life as God directs us. So that means we have the authority and the power, because our God is a creator, to create our life the way God intended it to be. I mean, I'm not going to just accept things as they are. With God, I'm going to change things. I'm going to rearrange things. I don't have to accept it. That's the wrong perspective. So we're to take each day, day by day, moment by moment, but with eternity in mind. With God directing us at the same time. It says in that last part, after all, everyone dies, so the living should take this to heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for sadness has a refining influence on us. Now again, people live for parties, they live to laugh. But there's people who live that way from party to party, and they laugh their way through life, but then nobody remembers them when they die. They had no lasting impact. They were just trying to live to please their flesh. There's many, I'm studying ethics, there's many different beliefs that have come throughout history that is predominantly thinking, is just living to please, living to be happy. Doing whatever, even if it means it hurts the people around you, as long as you're happy. That's all that matters. But so sorrow can be a good thing. When somebody dies that's close to us, it can be turned around for good because of what we reflect on during it and who we draw near to through it and the guidance that God gives us. The wisdom, how often these situations cause us to really reflect deeply about our own life. And are we in the right path, God? Are we really living out the purpose that you gave us? So sorrow can be turned into gladness. Weeping may endure for a night, but what? Joy comes in the morning. So there can be good that comes through weeping. There can be something that God does in us through it all. So we're going to believe that even for the families involved, the Coggins and the Johnsons. It doesn't seem to make logical sense maybe, and it's a very difficult time. But I know my God, and He's a Redeemer, and He's a Restorer, and He's the one who turns things around, and He's the one that speaks to people at the most darkest times, the hardest times, and that's the time that God really gives people revelation of who He is and of their purpose in their life. Often that's what it takes for a lot of us. Up to ourselves, and if everything's good and fine and dandy, we just kind of forget God. We forget why we're here on earth. We let go of His hand. And we just kind of take things our own way. See, a wise person thinks a lot about death, while a fool thinks only about having a good time. It says it right there. I can expect that. When I was young, that's what I was all about. It was from the next party to the next party. Just having a good time. I couldn't wait till Friday. I didn't say, thank God it's Friday. I was just happy it was Friday to party. It was just all about having fun and getting drunk and hanging with my friends and laughing and smoking and doing whatever people do when they're just living to have fun, living to have a good time. But how far does that take you? And what decisions do you make when you have poor judgment from the influence of different chemicals? And so you just can't live that way. It doesn't last. And you don't make any impact. And many people live that way and then they just die in the midst of that. Die at a party. Die because of drugs or drinking or whatever. And therefore, what impact do they leave? The sad thing is, though, many people regarding drugs and alcohol, when you get into those substances, often it's because you want to lose. You have hurts and pain in your past, and you use those substances to forget about those things. And so you don't want to end your life. You don't want to harm the people that love you. But you want to get rid of those thoughts. So one leads to another, and to another, and to another, and then eventually something bad happens. But never take it, never get angry so much at that person. Have compassion. Have compassion with people who have addictions. It's easy to get angry, but if we don't understand what people have gone through and why they do what they do, any of us could get that same place. So in verse 5 it says, better to be criticized by a wise person than be praised by a fool. When you're criticized by somebody, a few people in my life that, can be critical towards me, but it's through criticism that we examine ourselves and we can better ourselves. And bettering ourselves, we can better our life and better our world. And we can make a better lasting effect in the world around us. Therefore, it's more of an eternal perspective. If we just want to be praised for the moment, what good is that? Yeah, it's temporary stuff. Criticism is what helps us. So some people can't stand to be criticized and get very defensive. But I've learned by being, by being defensive many times and the result of it, I've learned to just accept it and embrace it almost and almost be cool with it. I actually, when I hear preaching, I like preaching that I feel like I get beat up a little bit. I like preaching that just hits me hard. I want something that challenges me. Because I've learned to embrace it because I think I've changed a lot of my life because of the criticism. You know, I've learned, this is a big thing in marriage, if we can learn to respect the criticism of our spouse, our marriage could be a lot better. Not an easy thing to do, but the moment we begin to do that, now they could criticize us in a nicer manner. My wife has learned to do that, but now I'm able to accept her criticism easier. You know, I said the story Monday night, but I'll say it again. We were riding around on Monday, and my wife told me, you know, there's a flesh, you know, we're either in the flesh or in the spirit. And when I'm in the flesh, I can be, I have a way of putting people down. Putting the people close to me, my wife. If she doesn't know something I think she should know, I make sure she knows that. Like, come on, I mean, everybody knows that. And I do it in a very demeaning way, and I see it in my oldest son, he does the same thing. It's our flesh. It's my flesh. It's my way. But God wants us to do things His way. He wants us to live in the Spirit. But I've learned, after 18 years of my wife telling me this, she finally told me this Monday, you've changed. I've been saying things that I think you would probably think I should know, and the way you're speaking to me is with kindness, with gentleness. It's like, whoa, it took 18 years, but hey, any of us got hope. Some ways about us take a long time, but the power of God can so transform us that even our fleshy ways are gone. You know, it's pretty cool. So continuing on, a fool's laughter is quickly gone, like thorns crackling in a fire. This is also meaningless. Extortion turns wise people into fools, and bribes corrupt the heart. Finishing is better than starting. Hello? Finishing is better than starting. Very important thing to learn and to underline, is we start a lot of things that we don't finish. But I guarantee if God told us to do something, we probably finish it a lot often. Often, the reason we don't finish things is we just do our own thing. And then we realize how overwhelming our... Siri? Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I haven't changed that much. That was a test. Siri must be I think she's not a person. Anyway. Talking about laughter, I'm trying to get you guys to laugh. I set that up. Anyway, where am I? So finishing is better than starting. So how about we finish things? How about we stop doing things until God tells us to do it? So when God tells us to do something, you know what's the cool thing? God also walks us through it. He also gives us the power and the strength to do it. The wisdom and all that, and it's so much easier. Patience is better than pride. Hallelujah. And pride is a work of the flesh. Patience it's a fruit of the Spirit. As I'm going to teach this Sunday, we're going to be talking about the anointing. The Spirit is all in one. You don't get patience and not self-control. The Spirit is one person, and when the Spirit comes in, He brings all of who He is. Also, you don't just have, in a lot of denominations, they focus on the character of God, and other denominations focus on the gifts of God, the power of God. Holy Spirit is both. There isn't one or the other. It's just all who He is. So, how do we get patience? Not by working it up. Not by asking God for it. We got to walk in the Spirit. We walk in the Spirit. We got patience, we got self-control, we got love, we got joy, we got peace, we got the gifts of healing, we got the gifts of words of knowledge, words of wisdom, discernment of spirits, faith, all those things are all together in one. We got the whole package. All we got to do is walk in the Spirit. We got it all. Isn't that cool? So control your temper, for anger labels you a fool. Anger comes out of the flesh. How do we control our temper? We can't. Holy Spirit can. Be led by the Spirit. Self-control. Don't long for the good old days. This is not wise. Embrace today. We shouldn't be disappointed about our past. I was talking about some of the things I should have done the last few years the other day. I was thinking about it, man. I really neglected these different people in my life and probably really disappointed them. But you know what? That was yesterday. I'm just going to make the best of today. Whatever I can right that I did wrong, I'll do it. Some things I can't, but all I know is Ecclesiastes that says what? Eat, drink, and be merry. Forget about the past, embrace today, and look to the future. Okay, there's a couple more verses I wanted to hit before we close. There they are. Talk about money a little bit. Wisdom is even better than you have money. Wisdom is even better when you have money. But when you have money and you're a fool, what happens to your money? It goes out, and then you also get in debt. Both are a benefit as you go through life. That's why it's not wise to get a lot of money when you're young. So I know I didn't spend my money wise when I was young. The older I get, usually the more wiser you become. Not always. Wisdom and money can get you almost anything, but only wisdom can save your life. Money can't save you. So we should pursue wisdom above all. But with wisdom, as Solomon gained, did Solomon just have wisdom, or did he have a lot of money too? He had a lot of money, he had both. Wisdom brought it. And then when you have it, you know that money isn't your God. God is your God, and you just use money for His purposes. Accept the way God does things, for who can straighten what He has made crooked? You've got to realize some things in our life cannot be straightened but God. It might seem crooked, but God's allowed it. We just got to accept it. Sometimes we're trying to fix something that can't be fixed. Sometimes we're helping somebody that we've done everything we can. We got to let God be God and get out of the way and only do what God leads us. Last verse. Enjoy prosperity while you can, but when hard times strike, realize that both come from God. Enjoy prosperity while you can. When hard times strike, which they can to any of us, but I walk with God, it still can happen. Realize that both come from God. Remember that nothing is certain in this life. Remember, nothing is certain in this life. The one thing that is certain is God is on the throne. The best place we can be is as near to Him as we can, which is really near because He lives in us. Amen? Hallelujah. Well, I went a little long time because it was Jack's birthday. And so Jack was doing worship, so we let him go. Because he needs to go enjoy it with his wife. So what we're going to do tonight to close out, we could have Taylor and Ron do a song, which would be nice. And I think I'll have them do a song. But while they're doing a song, this is what I'm going to ask you guys. I told you, we're going to be challenged this year on Wednesday night. You're not going to just sit there the whole time. And what I'd like everybody to get with somebody, and what that person's going to do is just pray. We're talking about destiny today. And again, we can't know our full destiny. But God does speak prophetically. And it can help clarify, confirm what we do need to know at this time. So get together with somebody and just be quiet for a moment through the worship. Worship will be in the background. And just ask God for a word for that person. If He doesn't give you a word, just pray a nice prayer. It's real simple. Whatever God lays on your heart. Amen. Amen. Go for it.